What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Tyren Show. Today, we're on episode 98. I'm Tyren Johnson. In case you don't know me, currently playing professional basketball in France, and I host my own show. And I typically talk about mental toughness, or I talk about things that get you to a place of life that will give you freedom. So I found freedom by living out my dream playing professional basketball. I've also built a bunch of skills so whenever I'm finished with basketball, I still feel that I can live a life of freedom, and I call that life truth life. And the way to use that truth life, I try to develop a mentality that's similar to the Mamba mentality of one of my idols, Kobe. I call it the make 'em pay mentality. Now, it's kind of crazy that Kobe was saying it around the same time I was saying it, but it really got me through life. My first time really breaking it down like that on the podcast, but that's what the podcast is about, in case you're new. Today's topic, we're talking about the price of being successful. Now, in our society, we glorify success. Everybody wants to be successful. Everybody wants to have a bunch of followers. Everyone wants to have the nice cars, multiple homes. Everybody wants to fly private. Everybody wants to go to the islands. If you hear conversation around people, and I'm speaking in terms of generality, I'm pretty sure not everyone wants to do these things, but the crowds that I'm around and the crowds that's on social media and things that bring influence in our lives today, this type of lifestyle is very much so highlighted. So I want to bring light to the pros and cons of being successful, because there's a price to pay to being successful. There's an expensive price and there's a cheap price. You get to choose whatever you want to choose. But at the end of the day, you still gonna have to pay. Now I want to break down the price of being successful between the two genders as the first topic. I want to talk about success from a male point of view, and from talking to many women and evaluating many women, I want to talk about success, the pros and cons of success from a female point of view. You guys are free to comment below and check me if I'm wrong. If you feel anything that I've said is not accurate or you want to challenge me on anything, I have no problem with having a discussion about these type of topics, because I feel that it brings the community closer. I feel that it grows society. And if I'm doing that, that's the purpose of this podcast. So success for a man is an obligation, because his socioeconomic status depends on it. He is more valuable in society if he's more successful. Success can come in many ways. Success can come in a way of money, influence, relationships, comfort. Success is not measured only by money, but money is a big factor of whether or not a person is successful or not. And money is also an important factor whether or not people will listen to you, so that you can have some type of influence on society. Because society typically pay attention to the people that are successful. So for a man, money, being successful is very important. And guys, we talk about the wage gap between men and women, but guys will do a whole lot more to become successful than women. Women tend to go to people, men tend to go to things. So men are going to work extra hours. Men are going to leave their families. Men are going to leave their location. Men are going to work outside. Men are going to work jobs that are more taxing on the body. Men are going to do a bunch of things to achieve that type of success. Where women, they'll do it because of survival tactics, but it's not really what they want to do. You know, women would traditionally want a man to provide for them. That's why most women practice hypergamy. They want a man that's of a higher status than them, that's bringing in more money than them. Although that's changing today, but that's a whole nother topic, and we've seen the effects of that too. But I don't want to drift off. I'm just telling you how important it is for a man to become successful. And with him doing all of those things that I just said, of him becoming successful, him leaving the family, him working overtime, him working outside, working dangerous job, risking his health. It's a lot of cons come with that. The pros is he makes more money. The pros is he has more opportunities to do things to provide for his family. The cons is his family suffers. His children suffers. His wife suffers. His family suffers. So much things suffer because you're chasing success. For example, I'm in France right now. I've missed the births of many nieces and nephews. I'm missing the most precious moments to be with my parents. My mother and my father are in their 70s. My friends' kids are growing up before my eyes. My relationship with my friends are dismantled. They're suffering. So I'm doing all of this because I wanted to chase a dream, and that dream happened to be across the world. And I achieved that dream. I'm living that dream, but at the same time, I'm suffering because I'm losing so many important relationships that mean so much to me, and it's really because of distance. I'm missing out on my culture. I'm missing out on my food. I'm missing out on my way of life because I'm living in someone else's culture. That's the price of being successful. Like, are you ready to be misunderstood every day? Are you ready to listen to a grown man speak to you like you're a child and you can't really even speak back to him because of the language barrier? Are you ready to be the blame for the success or the unsuccessful days? That comes with the price of being successful. That's what I have to experience. That's what has built my character to being so strong, because that weigh on me every day. But I've lived my dream of playing professional basketball, but at the same time, with me living my dream, so many more important things have suffered. So let's just be clear. That's the con of it. And for women, I'm very close with a lot of successful women. What I found that the more successful the woman was, the more successful the woman was, the more lonely it became for her. Especially when it comes in the realm of dating. Women tend to want to date up. We have this term in our society called settling. Women don't really want to settle. They say that a king could make a peasant the queen, but the queen would never look a peasant's way. So if a woman's making $100,000 a year, the average man in America is making $40,000 to $45,000 a year. She won't even look his way. So she's only looking at men that makes upwards of $100,000. Those type of men are so small in our society that it's shameful that all of these other men are being overlooked just because of her success. So she's very successful, but she's not, in a socioeconomic terms, she's not very successful. But in her career, she's very successful, because men aren't typically looking to date women because of their money. There's a small few, but most men aren't looking to date women because of their success in their career. It doesn't make them more attractive as a woman. Now, a man being successful makes him way more attractive. But for a woman, it's almost kind of a turnoff, because sometimes it comes with a bunch of masculine traits. And most of the time, men don't want to date masculine women. You know, we're different. We're yin and yang. One's masculine, one's feminine. You know, so that's the price of success for women, is that, you know, their family, a lot of women wants to be mothers, but it's hard to be a mother when you're working so much and you're trying to dominate an industry. It's possible, but a lot of women struggle with it. They struggle to find a mate, a suitable mate. And a lot of women, they find these men that are of that caliber, making 6 figures, making 7 figures, but those men typically don't want those women, because those men typically Look for peaceful women. And those women aren't really peaceful because they have to have so much masculine traits to get to where they were. I'm looking at a Young Jock interview with him and his wife the other day, and she was saying that she don't want her kids to be nothing like Young Jock, the father of her kids. And Young Jock had to stop her in her place and like, don't you ever say that, because what does that say about me? Like, we all got a past. And she couldn't even understand that she's saying that she don't want her kids to be like the man that she had a child with. What does that say about her? That's a masculine trait. And every time he was trying to explain to her to let her know why something was wrong with that statement, in the middle of his statement, she was like, yep, yeah, honey, shit, child. She's like, expose me. She was willing to expose her marriage to a magazine that's just going to get money off of the clicks, that cares nothing about their relationship. She was willing to expose all of that just because she was in her feelings, what made her get very masculine, to where in the middle of his statement, she was just calling him like honey and baby. And we all know that whenever girls in our community speak like that, they have a low respect for you. So, and I think she's like a lawyer or a real estate agent. You could tell she make good money. And what typically come with those women that make good money is they get very masculine. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying women don't get your money. I'm not saying any of that. All I'm saying is that you can chase your career and you become successful while you're 35, 36 years old after all of those years of fighting, and you find yourself alone. If you like that, cool. Or you can do what you got to do, take care of yourself, make yourself available to find a good suitor and a man. You guys work together in harmony and build something special. You use his strengths, he use your strengths, help each other with each other's weaknesses, teamwork make the dream work, and voila. So I kind of went long with that, but it's a very important thing that success is different for men and women, and a lot of people don't break it down like that because they want to be politically correct, but we love women over here, we love men over here, and we're not really trying to sway one or another. We're just saying in our world what the facts is. You know, like I said, leave in the comments if you feel something different. I've never really touched on this topic on this podcast before, but going forward, I'm gonna touch a little bit more on these type of subjects. But this is kind of new. I'm kind of uncomfortable because I don't want to have the political exchanges going on, but that's the world we live in today. Second topic I want to talk about, how your family and your relationship is going to struggle. And I spoke about it briefly when I was talking about the pros and the cons about me playing overseas, is that once you try to be successful and you put in these hours, people are going to want to hang with you. They're going to want to spend time with you. They're going to want to do the same thing that you used to do before. But you just don't have the time to do it because you're so focused on being who you want to become. And what happens is these people don't see you as nothing other than little bro, little cousin, the little boy from the neighborhood. They don't respect your hustle because they don't believe in your hustle. So what's going to happen is that your family and your relationships are going to suffer. And that's the price of being successful. If you really want to be successful, you have to understand that you're going to lose a lot. You're going to lose a lot of your culture. You're going to lose a lot of doing the things that you like to do. You're going to lose a lot of family and friends, girlfriends, dating, nightclubs, college life. I didn't have a college life. My whole college, I was really focused on trying to get on the court. When I got on the court, I was focused on trying to become a professional. So I went out a few times in college, but nothing major. I had a few experiences, but nothing major. Most of my experiences in college happened on the court. So what I'm saying is that everything around you is going to suffer when you want to be successful. It's not all, okay, I want to do this and boom, $1 million in your account, boom, Lamborghini in your garage, boom, 6-car garage, house, 7 bedrooms. It don't work like that. Somebody somewhere had to sacrifice something, whether it's grandpa, grandma, or you. Our great grandpa, somebody had to do something to get the ball rolling, and it's going to come at a cost. So just be mindful when you're thinking about being successful, how everything around you is going to slowly start to fall apart. Unless you have a strong team that believe in you, which is very rare, then you'll be okay. Third topic is you won't be able to do normal things. Privacy, forget it. Let's say you become mega successful, like a Beyonce or something like that. It must suck to be Beyonce if you can't go and get groceries. It must suck if you can't go to an amusement park and just enjoy the rides. Do everything in normal society because people are running up to you with cameras in your face. They're analyzing everything you say and trying to take things out of context. They're waiting for you to slip up and say one wrong thing so that they can make a headline of it and try to paint you as a racist or try to paint you as somebody that spewing hate speech. This is what our society has come to. So whenever you're successful, that is amplified times 3. You got all of these groups out here that's trying to create their agenda and push their agendas, and they're just spewing more hate in the process. And whenever you become a celebrity, you have to be careful of the art you make because that can be misinterpreted. In today's times, so many things can be misinterpreted, and it's sad because it takes away from the beauty that we all think different, we all have different ideas, and we all can learn from each other. But whenever you become successful, you can't crack a joke no more. I go back home, and if I say certain type of jokes to my homeboys, they get in their feelings because they feel like I think that I'm better than them. When I've been cracking jokes on you my whole life, bro, but their view of you have changed because you have changed. And you ever heard the saying, he's not the same no more? Jay-Z said it best, I wasn't working this hard to stay the same. Like, you think I was grinding this hard to be the same person that I am today? No, I was grinding this hard so that I could be different. So be mindful that your privacy is done once you become successful. Unless you get a bunch of money, move to an island or move to a more remote location, you stay low key, you got your money, you ride off into the sunset. But if that's not the lifestyle you want to live, you gotta understand people are going to be in your business. You're interesting, you have influence. People are going to want to know more about you than what you just bring to the world. It's up to you what you want to share. At the end of the day, I'm going to close it with this. Being successful is great. I know I might have made it sound scary, but understand that there's pros and cons to everything. You should strive to be successful. You should make your life so purposeful that you can go out and do whatever you want to do so that you can make whatever decisions you want to make in life, so that you can have the ultimate freedom, which I believe life is all about, and enjoy this precious earth and everything it has to offer. Spend time with the people that's closest to you, that mean the most to you. Give them opportunities to be able to do the same with you. I think you should be so successful. I think you should be super successful because once you help everyone around you, it should be your duty to help your community and help the person next to you so that we can all get out of this rat race, what we call business life, this corporate America rat race where we're just running, trying to work for 63 years until we're 63 years old and just live the next 20 years. That's not how life is intended. But if you want to do that, you got to understand that you're going to have to make sacrifices. You're going to have to lose some fun. You're going to have to lose some friends. You're going to have to ignore some family members. And your parents is some of the biggest family members that you're going to have to ignore because your family, your parents are going to play it safe. Your parents want the best for you. But what's the best for your parents might not be the best for you. This is your life. You only get one. And I'm going to just be honest. I mean, my mama loved me to death. My mama put me in all type of situations, but she was terrified of shit. My mama was a school teacher, so she believed heavily in education. I had no type of care about education in the world. I just wanted to use education so that I can hoop. So my mama many times was like, what you gonna do? That meant, bro, this not gonna work. Now she supported me, which you should do as a parent. You should support your kids. But I had to ignore that. People laugh at my music. I had to ignore that. Now I can make money off my music. People laughed at my basketball game. Now I can make money off my basketball game. People used to laugh at my graphics. Now I make money off graphics. It's like people are always going to not believe in you until you do something. So all you have to do is put the work in, sacrifice. You have to give up some leisure time, give up some YouTube, give up some tablet, put the tablets down, put the joysticks down, and go hard for 4 or 5 years. Just go in a dark place and just grind and figure it out until you get to where you want to get to. And once you get there, now you got to focus on balance. You got to focus on prioritizing family, yourself, your happiness, your peace. That's what life's about. That's what success is about. Being able to be free to do whatever you want to do with whoever you want to do it, whenever you want to do it. All right? So if you like this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment. Share it with your friends. I'm Tyren Johnson. And you got to make them pay every day so that one day you can live a truth life. Until next time, I'm out.